What is Alzheimer's disease? Many people know someone who is affected by Alzheimer's, but very few know what the disease entails and how it affects an individual.
Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disease, and it is the most common form of dementia. Dementia is a general term for memory loss and loss of other cognitive abilities serious enough to interfere with daily life. Alzheimer's accounts for approximately 60 to 80% of dementia cases, and with an increasing number of Alzheimer's diagnoses in our population, 1 in 10 people over the age of 65 to be exact, it is important to be informed on how we can best manage this disease.
So how does Alzheimer's disease come about exactly? Well, Alzheimer's disease is caused by neuronal death in the brain. Plaques and tangles, abnormal proteins that form around dead brain cells, begin to accumulate in the brain and clump together, destroying communication pathways and the transportation of essential nutrients, causing cell death. As these proteins spread throughout the entirety of the brain, this is when cognitive decline is seen. Neuronal death, specifically in the area of the brain called the hippocampus, is what makes it harder to create new memories, leading to the stereotypical symptom of poor short-term memory. Other areas of the brain, when affected, cause a variety of symptoms, including a decline in motor abilities, balance, speech, and even breathing and heart rate regulation. These variety of symptoms is what makes up the different stages of Alzheimer's that spans approximately 8 to 10 years, eventually leading to death. So as we can see, Alzheimer's affects an individual's feelings, thoughts, and responses. A diagnosis of dementia can have a huge impact on a person's life, as well as those around them, and can cause the affected individual to experience psychological distress as they lose their independence.
To show just how one is affected by Alzheimer's, we'll meet Sam and Emma, a McMaster student and a mother of a Mac student, both who have been affected by the disease.
The person affected in my life with Alzheimer's was my grandmother. Her name was Maureen Wedge, but we called her Mary.
So my grandma has Alzheimer's, and that affects my dad the most out of the whole family.
I think over time we tended to finish her sentence for her when she would forget a name or she would forget a place. She would get frustrated and say, "You know what I'm talking about," and I don't think any of us realized when she started deteriorating until it was really bad.
It's extremely hard to speak to my grandmother, not only because of her Alzheimer's, but also because she speaks a different language. So it's just the communication between the two of us is complex.
What I know is that they forget their past, they forget their present, they forget their future. They just don't really understand what's going on.
So prior to my grandmother's diagnosis, I didn't know much about Alzheimer's, only just the basis of people being forgetful, and it happens as you get older. So it's more common in elderly than it is in like adulthood.
What do I want someone to know about Alzheimer's? I think patience is one of them, and not to take anything personally. Not for them not to remember your name is not who they are, it's just the disease. For them not to remember memories of us together is not them doing it maliciously, it's just the disease.
I want people to know that Alzheimer's doesn't only affect the individual themselves, but it also affects the people around them, like their family and friends.
I wish and hope that I'm the same person that she was. I won't get teary, okay?
Fortunately, there are steps we can take to prevent the development and onset of Alzheimer's. This includes staying mentally active and challenging your brain by learning new things, as well as staying socially engaged. You can also maintain a healthy diet that promotes good blood pressure, prevents diabetes, and vitamin deficiencies. Regular physical exercise can also reduce your risk of developing Alzheimer's disease by up to 50%.
If you or someone you know needs assistance in dealing with the struggles of Alzheimer's, you can contact Memory Loss, Dementia, and Alzheimer's Help 24/7. They are toll-free anytime, day or night, at 1-800-272-3900 for reliable information and support.
Alzheimer's is a devastating disease and is becoming more and more prevalent within our society. By taking care of our health and taking time to educate ourselves and others about the matter, we can promote prevention and maintain a happier, healthier community.